Hello, this is Rory with the Love Chat, and today's topic is I'm afraid of moving on. Now, this is video number 141. If you have a question you'd like for me to consider featuring on the channel, please write it in a comment below. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and hit like. Also, if you'd like to do a Skype or email coaching, be sure to visit my website, thelovechat.net/coaching. Now then, I'm scared of moving on. This is something I hear so often in my coachings, and I remember feeling it, but I don't remember why I felt it. This feeling that if we move on, we completely lose our chance of getting our ex back. Not because they don't reach out. No, more specifically, we lose our chance of getting our ex back because by the time they come back, we don't want them. And it's this weird, paradoxical, self-fulfilling prophecy that people are afraid of. And what an idea. And I scratch my head sometimes thinking about it. I'm afraid to move on because I won't want my ex back. And my response is always the same. But by the time you've moved on, you won't want your ex back, right? That's the whole point. The point is that by the time you're there, you won't care. This fear that you have today in your most emotional moment won't exist when your ex comes back. But I think I've boiled down the fear a little more. I think what I've come to understand is that it has less to do with the fact that they're afraid that they won't want their ex back, and more to do with the fact that they're afraid that they'll move on before their ex reaches out. And so perhaps that's what we're really talking about here. I'm afraid of moving on because what if my ex reaches out and I'm already over them? And I want them to reach out while I'm still hooked on them. And the reality is that it's this big, weird, self-fulfilling prophecy. Because the less you want your ex back, the more attractive you'll be. Because think about when you first met this person. You probably met them at school or at work or something relevant like that. And when you saw them, you thought to yourself, they're attractive, they seem nice, I would like to get to know them a little more, but you never thought, I need them. I need them in order to be happy. And so it's this interesting thing that we come to. We are afraid to lose something that was never completely ours. In other words, we did not come into life with this thing, right? With this person. And I've used this example in other videos before. Imagine you have $10, and everybody on earth has exactly $10. Now, when you get into a partnership or a relationship, you have $10, your partner has $10. Together, you're worth $20. But when the relationship ends, you go on your own way, and you still have 10. They go on their own way, they still have 10. But at the end of the breakup, we act as if we have 0. But the truth is that our value did not diminish. We are worth the same. We are able to create the same emotions and feelings while we were in the relationship and while we were out of the relationship. And as this all relates to the title of this video, I challenge the idea that moving on is something that we need to be afraid of. In fact, I accept it, because if you're truly meant to be with this person and you have emotionally moved on, that means the logic and reasoning can kick in, and you can tell yourself, this was a good relationship. The reason for the breakup wasn't scandalous. It's something that we both have gone and worked on, and this can work again. I'll give it one more shot. Emotions aren't just switches you can turn on and off. They are affected and manipulated and changed over time through experience. Nobody just falls out of love, right? We have a series of events that make us feel less attracted to the point where we detach and we think, this person's not going to make me happy. And honestly, it's usually never a logical conversation in our mind. It's more of a feeling. Remember, as we discussed, feelings are very, very rarely informed by intellect. And since we've all agreed and many times discussed that we cannot control physical attraction. And so what we really want to consider here is that since we do not control physical attraction, we either are or are not physically attracted to somebody. And since we can tell ourselves, this was a great relationship, and I hold no ill will towards this person, and I always think of them fondly, you can try again and see if it works for you in that moment, free of the need for this other person. Relationships, love, it's all about validation. Imagine being in a world where you can validate yourself and where you don't need another person to be happy, but as Corey Wayne says, you want somebody to share your completeness with. And we can have that. That is within our reach. That's all I had for today. If you found my video helpful, I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribe and hit like. Leave a comment below and tell me what you thought of this topic and what topics you'd like to see in the future. Additionally, if you'd like extra videos every week, private live streams with me, and giveaways of my book, just visit my Patreon. Patreon.com/thelovechat. Until next time.